This is a Discmania Essence, and I'd like to compare it first of all to a Cloud Breaker. So obviously they're much different disc. As you can see, the one has much wider rim than the other. But the reason I want to compare them is because my theory is the Essence is basically takes the place of a Cloud Breaker for people who can only throw, you know, maybe up to 400 feet. It is a very easy to control, easy to turn over fairway driver that also gets a lot of distance. And I think what's special about this disc is, for me, it has kind of taken away some from the FD, as well as taken away from the Cloud Breaker and higher speed disc quite a bit, because while it's easy to get the flip out of it, it is also easy to get a lot of distance, and it's a lot easier to shape shots with than an FD, in my opinion, just because it's got a really smooth turn. So if you can throw maybe 350 to 400 feet, or even just like 300, 350, this disc is really, really useful, because it takes a lot less effort to throw this to 400 feet than it does this, and that's the main thing I was impressed with the Essence, is just its ease of distance. I mean, where it takes, you know, maybe 80% or 90% to get it out of Cloud Breaker, it would take, you know, 60% with an Essence. And as I said before, shaping shots really nice. It has a finish at the end, but the most remarkable thing about it is just its smooth turn. One very useful shot with the Essence is like a fairly sharp hyzer that'll flip up to flat and still go a long ways for those areas where you need to get a lot of hyzer but still want distance. You can throw this on much more hyzer and still get distance compared to a Cloud Breaker, which is obviously a lot harder to turn unless you're Simon Lizotte or Eagle McMahon. Forehands. It is also useful for forehands, although a lot of people, I think, like straighter disc for forehands, but it's got that nice turn that gives you easy distance. Same with forehand as with a backhand. It's just a lot easier distance than throwing a Cloud Breaker for those of us that can't throw, you know, 500 feet without trying. In summary, the Essence is really useful for control shots, for a lot of shapes that you can't get otherwise, and also for easier distance for those throwing between 300 to 400 feet compared to the pros that would throw this, you know, 400 to 600 feet. And so it's easier distance for those who the Cloud Breaker is just a little bit too big for. Essence versus Cloud Breaker. Amateur, pro. Link is in the description to buy the Discmania Essence. You'll want one. You can chop that out too.